Everybody, welcome back. I'm joined again by Mark Smith, my colleague, and we're discussing digital preservation, and this week it's why digital preservation is important.
As we sort of alluded to earlier, it's long-term preservation. So where we need data to support maybe evidential, regulatory or compliance type reasons, we need to keep for a long time because it's got personnel information or financial information that, or it's used for key decision making. So it might be also evidence to prove the worth or the value of a decision that's been made in the past. So we see digital preservation being incredibly important to make sure that we can retain those sources and those core pieces of data that led to certain decisions we made, and it could be scientific, it could be financial, it could be I guess cultural as well, so anything across all of those boundaries. And the digital preservation piece, it becomes so important because we're preserving this data not for us but for future generations as well, so it needs to be accessible long after we're gone.
So I guess key challenges are things like the technology becoming obsolete, because like I said, again, talking 25, 100 years, technology changes all the time.
And I think when we talk to customers who are embarking on a digital preservation project, it's really important to start the project thinking how we're going to exit the current, I guess, the current tenure of the solution that we might be proposing. Because if you go into a project looking at preserving data for a long period of time, and it's going to be 25 or 100 years, the data is going to outlive the platform it's on. So we need to make sure that whatever platform we suggest has a method, an easy method, and a method that the customer can clearly understand about how they move their data from that current platform to the next one. So almost starting every project with an exit plan. And I would implore people who are looking at digital preservation, remember it's a data-focused view. It's not a platform-focused view. It's not really an application-focused view, because 100 years is, applications will be vastly different in the future than they are today. So it's very much a data-focused view is what we're concentrating on when we come to digital preservation.
So I guess that consideration is traditionally in IT, we think of 5 years, but actually we're talking 25 years, 30 years, 50 years. So the consideration is multi-phases of the actual platform changing, but the data stays consistent.
And I think the Moore's law has demonstrated in the past, the advances that we'll see over the next 25 to 100 years will be things we haven't even thought of yet. So making the data self-describing and easily accessible, and as natively formatted as possible, so that the application can access the data, the future applications can understand the data. And I have to say, these days, we're seeing more and more digital preservation projects being on spinning disk rather than tape. Traditionally used to be tape, or before there used to be microfiche, and all of those technologies we've thankfully left behind. But because it's digital spinning data, it's actually way more accessible than it used to be. But it's about that data being self-describing, and it's about that data being some sort of open standard that we can access in the future.
So I guess my key takeaways then is that digital preservation is important to multiple markets, multiple customers for different reasons, but it's a strategy. So you start, and I think you've alluded to, you look at the longevity of the strategy at the start rather than do a 5-year phase of an IT refresh. Thank you, Mark. That's a fantastic place to finish this week's conversation. We look forward to expanding in the coming weeks. Thank you.